What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. If you're in the market for a new head unit, you've probably come by one or both of these head units. We consider them entry-level units, so they're not the best and the most expensive units you can get, but they're still packed with great features, very user-friendly, and pretty much all around just great units, right? So what I've decided to do is actually put them right next to each other, and we'll boot them up. We'll look at how they work, how fast they are. We'll check out the user interface, and we can just see how they work right next to each other. So I guess let's just jump right into it. Okay guys, so here we have the units right next to each other, powered off. Now don't be fooled, the Pioneer looks a lot larger, and we'll go through why that is exactly. The screen size is the same, they're both the 6-inch screen, or 6.2 to be exact. Now, okay, so if we do this, they look pretty much the same. Now, in terms of depth, the Pioneer is a little bit longer, so what we'll do is just try and give you guys a better idea. Okay, so other than that, the Pioneer is a true double DIN. Now, we have the universal mounting screws on the side of the unit itself, and then just a true full double DIN size. Here we have a double DIN screen, which is the 6.2 inch as we said, but we've just got a single DIN chassis. Now for some people this is going to be a lot better and a lot easier for mounting the unit, and actually in some cases it will be harder as well, but really depends on the car. In both circumstances, you know, these units should be able to go into any car that can actually take a double DIN screen. Then yeah, you'll be fine with these two units. Now let's turn them around and have a look at what we've got at the back. Okay guys, so let's take a look at the back of the unit. So here on the left we've got the Sony XAV-AX1000, and here we've got the AVH-Z2150. So on the far left we have the universal antenna plug. We have front speaker output. So RCA output, or low level output, is for amplifiers. So if you add an amplifier later on, you can obviously do front speakers. Rear, now there's only one channel for the sub, so what you've got to do for a sub is actually use one of the rear speaker channels. So it's sort of a pain in the ass there. So what you might have to do is use an RCA splitter. So here you can plug in a splitter that splits 1 male to 2 female, then you've got your sub. Or if you're only doing fronts and a sub, you can use one of the rear channels for a sub. Okay, so they're the two things you've got there. Here we have a yellow RCA for camera input, so that's for a reverse camera. The blue jack down here is for steering wheel remote input. So whether you've got a programmable module or a pre-programmed module, basically you can just plug the 3.5mm jack into that, and then obviously you do your wiring side of things as well, and off you go, your steering wheel controls will work, and microphone input as well. So just comparing that to what we've got on the Pioneer, over here we've got a video output, a rear camera input, which is the brown, another video input, I'm not sure what that plug there is for, might be for a navigation module. But I'm not, yeah, we'll have to confirm what that, there's another little plug up there, but honestly you won't use that. So video in, video out, that's pretty straightforward. Hopefully that makes sense to you. If you've got video signal in, you can watch it on the screen through the input. Same as here for an output, so for like a rear monitor. And you've got 2 inputs on the audio channel as well. So basically you could plug in these 3, and then you've got sound and video input coming into the unit. Same as the Sony, but we've actually got 3 proper RCA outputs, so subwoofer, rear speakers and front speakers. So they're actually, you know, the proper 3, as opposed to what we had here where we've either got to use a splitter or double down on the rear. Power harness on both, 10 amp fuse. Now auxiliary, so we'll confirm if that's an auxiliary in or output. I'm gonna say it is probably an out. No, probably an input, but we'll confirm. USB is mounted on the back, so with the Pioneer you will get a 1.5 meter USB cable where you plug it in, and you can run that to glove box, which is standard position, or wherever else you want in the car. On the Sony, it's at the front, so some people will like that, some won't. We've got the microphone and the steering wheel input as well. Oh yeah, and universal antenna. So that's about it for what we've got on the back. Let's put these things next to each other and boot them up. All right, we've got our units all plugged in side by side. We brought the ISO down a little bit just so we can really get a good look at those screens. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna switch the power supply on right now. Alright, so there we go for startup time. The Sony got to its main screen a little bit faster. So we'll turn demo off. We don't need to worry about any of that. We'll select English. We are in Australia. This warning will come up every time. It's a safety warning. And we're ready to go. Same with the Sony. Okay. So here we have our user interface. Now, really up to you what you decide and what you think looks better. Let's bring this up a little. This is also their new user interface. So it does look very similar to the old user interface that they had, but they have changed it so the widgets look a little bit different. Okay, now one major difference that we have between these units is this is a mechless unit, no CD DVD, and if you remember we were talking about length before in the back of the units. This unit has CD DVD at the top. Okay, this one's still on demo. So here it's showing us that we do not have a mobile phone connected, so we've got no Carplay app or anything to tell you that Carplay can be connected. Also, both units do not have Android Auto, so we've only got Carplay. Down here we have a little Spotify widget, so whether you're connected via Carplay or Bluetooth, you can use that. This will work better with CarPlay. However, if you don't have your phone plugged in, you've only got Bluetooth, you can go ahead and press that. So demo's annoying. Let's go and turn it off. Unit is in off mode now. Okay, AV. So AUX, yeah. So that's showing the little AUX cord. So basically, with what we're looking at the back of the unit, you can go ahead and plug a 3.5mm jack into the AUX. And then you've got, I'm going to confirm actually. I'm not too sure if that's an in or an output. We'll pause on that one for now. Okay, Bluetooth, pretty easy. Just go in to your phone. And it comes up right there. You can just go ahead and pair just like that. TV tuner, okay, so that was that little plug at the back, we weren't sure what it was, that's what it's for there. TV tuner. Now here in Australia, even if you buy the TV tuner module, if you can even get it, it doesn't work, so that will never work, so don't even think about getting TV, not gonna happen. CD DVD, nice and easy. Okay, so what have we done here? So you can go ahead and change how it looks, how the widgets work. You can probably move these widgets around as well. Pretty cool. You can go down here and put your radio over there and just move around how it looks. Phone, so once you've got your phone paired, you can go through phone, favorites, contacts, recents, dialer number, phone, voice control. Really, this is our radio, so FM and AM stations. User interface does look a lot nicer. They've changed the font here on a lot of these buttons from the older unit. It does look a lot better. Settings, pretty much the same. You've got your camera settings, your in output settings, theme settings, illumination, So you can change the color, background, change the clock, change that background there, the theme, so it'll be more like a color scheme. Let's just see what happens with that. Nice, yeah, see? Or you can go ahead and make your own color or get it to go rainbow. Let's make it green for now. No, I don't like that one. Home screen settings, so we got into these settings before just by pressing and holding on the screen, and it's actually taken us out, which I don't like. Alright, so demo we turned off. Yeah, location we've done. We've got restore. Touch panel calibration, so both units, resistive touch. Not the best sort of solution for touchscreen. The old resistive screen. So basically what we've got is a touch panel overlay over an LCD panel. So you can go, we won't do this, but if you press yes, you can recalibrate it, because what will happen over time is you'll press, say, you press location settings and it picks up system language instead. So you press here and it thinks you're pressing there. That's just what happens with resistive. Don't let it put you off, because they are both still really good units, and it does, you know, it's bound to happen, but they've got a calibration in there to fix it. So yeah, what else have we got? Driving position. Okay, so once you've got your, this is what? Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. Nope. Right, there we go. Android Auto launch. I'm not sure what this Android Auto launch is about. The unit does not have Android Auto, so we'll have to look at that. Sound settings, so you've got a graphic equalizer, you've got your fader and your balance, mute level to attention, right? Or you can change mute level to just mute or turn sound off. Source level, subwoofer on or off, so that was those RCAs, pretty much turns them on or off. Speaker level crossover is always good to set. So I've done this in a few of my other videos, just showing you guys to jump in, go to the crossover and play with it. Okay, so slope, we'll get that slope to about 6 and we'll change the hertz. I really don't like the way they do this. 80 or 100 hertz. Alright, you can play with listening position, so this will sort of help the sound depending on where you're sitting. I usually leave that off. You know, you can play with the other graphic equalizers and time alignment. You can play with that sort of stuff. You've got bass boost, rear speaker output is on. Loudness, I usually leave that off. It's not very good, to be honest. Auto EQ, leave it off. Yeah, most of this stuff, like I said, set the crossover. So this is one of the worst crossover setting things I've ever used in my life. I just picked it up then, but we want to, you don't want that at 200. Yeah, I'm not going to play with it, but get that to about 80 hertz. And what else have we got? Video setup, so obviously DVD and video signal settings, and then Bluetooth. That is about it for the Pioneer. Now we will go and plug in our phone and look at CarPlay, but we'll just go through some of the main settings or the other settings on these units. Same with this unit, CarPlay, no Android Auto. So in your tuner you've got FM, FM2, FM3, AM. Alright, to get home we're going to press this little home button. Bluetooth audio and phone, so similar to the Pioneer, it's going to bring up contacts, dialer number, recent calls and maybe favorites, and then you can register, well, depending when you've connected your phone, what will happen. Bluetooth audio, so as soon as you've connected your phone. Now with the Sony unit, I'll show you guys how to do this because it's a little bit harder. You go into settings, Bluetooth, connection, pairing. Then it will come up, then you can pair. Just so you know. Visual settings, whoops. So same touch panel adjust. So again, resistive if and when it does start to not pick up exactly where you're pressing, you can go ahead and adjust that. Dimmer, leave it on auto. Wallpaper you can change, so they've got a few different little wallpapers you can play with. Sound settings, so extra bass, you've got an equalizer here and your subwoofer level you can play with, or just turn it off or on. Your presets are up here, so you've got to go. Okay, so there you go. Custom will let you play with all your equalizers. You've got it off, or you can turn it on to a preset, leave it on pop. Okay, balance and fader, so you've got front left, front right, rear left, rear right. Crossover, okay, high pass filter 80, low pass 100, or even both on 80. So this is a lot easier to set the hertz, but you can't change the slope, so you've got to trade off on both units. That one's really hard to set. This one, yeah, you've only got one. Okay, DSO, that's like their loudness thing, just leave that off and leave extra bass off. Okay, and then in general, so we went through that. Then we've got general settings, so you've got your language, demo you want off, you set your date and time, these beeps you can turn them on or off. Rear view camera, you want, I'll show you that, guys. Actually, you can actually reverse the image here right on the unit. That's pretty cool. So if you've got a front camera, you can sort of wire it as a reverse camera and flip the image on the unit itself. Or you've just got normal reverse. Then you've got steering wheel controls, clock time, factory reset, and firmware version, and some licensing stuff. That is about it. So what we'll do is we'll grab that looks better. We'll grab an iPhone cord and check out Carplay. Okay, so one downside in my opinion on the Sony is that you've got your cord plugged. Your USB connection is at the front of the unit. It's plugged right in there, so if you imagine this sort of in the fascia, you've got this hanging out. Alright. Cool. Pretty easy. So once that's connected, yeah, like I said, you've got that in the fascia. You've just got this hanging out. Look, it's not a big deal, but it is there, right? So if you had that at the back and you run it into your glove box, you could tuck that wire away, you could close your glove box, mount your phone on its holder, or leave it in the center console and off you go. So not a big deal. Home button, volume, voice control. So is it one press? Nope. So sound select, so that's pretty cool. So single press, you can quickly change between where the sound's coming from, like that. Okay, or home button, press and hold. You've got Siri. Phone's not connected, microphone's not connected, so it's not going to pick up voice, but you can use Siri just as you would. You can tell her to call someone, play music, take you somewhere, specific address or home, go through your messages, and then you've also got podcasts, iHeartRadio, Audible, Waves, WhatsApp, and Spotify. All works just like it does on your phone. So again, Siri will ask you who do you want to call. You can go ahead and say it, or you can go through all of your contacts. Pretty cool. So this is, see what I mean? This is sort of in the way. What else did I want to show you with CarPlay? Music, messages, no typing for messages. You can only speak, and Siri will turn it into text. You've got also the Hey Siri functionality. So you tell Siri, hello, how are you? Yeah, won't pick it up without the aftermarket. So it does have an external microphone, both units do, which is good. Needs to be plugged in for it to pick it up, what you're saying. Yep, hey Siri. Then there was one other thing I'm forgetting. What was it? Let's go through maps. So you've got destinations. It'll bring up your recent destinations, or you can go and tell Siri where you want to go, and you can even type it. Well, that's pretty cool. Brings up suggestions as well. Pretty cool. That's about it for CarPlay. It's going to work, so let's remove that, the exact same way on the Pioneer, except the Pioneer has the rear mounted USB. So what we'll do is just plug it into the back. We'll pretend there's an extension there, and once unlocked, so we'll go ahead and unlock, and then you can turn that off, and here we go. Same thing. Notice on this unit the home button was on this side, and on this it's on that side. You can change that within the settings on the unit. All the same. Everything in terms of speed, right about the same. If anything, this might be a little bit faster. I feel like the Pioneer is a little bit faster. For other people out there that listen to AM, get iHeartRadio. It's really, really good. Pretty much digital. These units don't have digital radio, but what you've got with iHeartRadio, it's just an app. You don't have to pay for it or anything. You just have to sign in via Facebook. Edge is a good channel. It's a Sydney radio station. You can go, yeah, so all this stuff, and all the ABC, all the AM stuff, and then it's digital radio on your phone. It's pretty cool. All right. One thing I like about the Pioneer is the volume up and down, not the scroll. The scroll wheel tends to not work after a while. So you've got volume up, volume down. This will switch between the apps that you're using. Home button, also power button, press and hold to power off. Mute, back, and voice control. So voice control is the best thing. You've just got, the way I use it is, just to give you guys an idea, I'll go, let's press home. So, hey Siri. Hey Siri. Take me to the nearest petrol station. And then she'll get directions. It's not going to work because it's the same thing, I need the mic, but same thing, or you know, hey Siri, call this person, blah blah blah. That's about it, guys. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for the two entry-level units. So, you know, we went through pretty much how they both look, how they work. You know, they are both really good units. They do have that resistive touch panel, but you know, I've said this in previous videos, we fit a lot of these units and they don't come back with issues because of the touchscreen not working or anything like that. So worst case scenario, you'll just have to calibrate the screen once in a while, and that's it, off you go. So thanks for watching, and like always, like, comment, subscribe. Anything else you want to see, let us know. Reviews, how-tos. We've just done the video on the Alpine splash screen, so it's showing you how to change that screen over. And if you want to see that on other units, let us know. Whatever you want, let us know. Thanks.